Have you ever watched a movie and just wondered how do they make it look so incredible? Well, a huge piece of that magic happens inside a piece of software that, and get this, you can download for free. Today, we're going to take a tour of DaVinci Resolve, the all-in-one post-production powerhouse. I mean, just look at this. From these epic landscapes to the most intense action scenes, the level of quality you can get is just staggering. And this isn't some tool for hobbyists. This is the real deal. It's used on actual blockbuster films and high-end TV shows.
You know, the best part is that it crams everything you could possibly need into one single app. We're talking video editing, mind-blowing visual effects, world-class color grading, and professional audio mixing. So you can forget about jumping between 3 or 4 different programs. It's all right here.
So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll get into what Resolve actually is. Then, we'll just walk through the whole process, page by page, building your story, adding some cool effects, dialing in that perfect look, making the sound amazing, and finally, getting your masterpiece out into the world.
Okay, so to really get what Resolve is all about, you kind of have to know where it came from, because it wasn't always this massive, do-everything package that it is today. For years and years, DaVinci Resolve was the undisputed king of color grading in Hollywood. It was this super specialized, very expensive tool just for making footage look beautiful. But then, it started to evolve. It absorbed a full-on video editor, then a seriously powerful VFX suite, and even a professional audio workstation. Now it's all of those things in one seamless interface.
And here's the truly revolutionary part. The cost for the main version of this software, the one with more power than most of us will ever need, is zero. Absolutely nothing. And no, that's not a trial, it's not a light version with features missing. It's a full-fledged professional tool, completely free. It's incredible.
All right, every great film, every great video, it all starts with the story. And in Resolve, that story really comes to life on the edit page.
Now, if you've ever touched any kind of video editing software before, this whole layout is going to feel really comfortable, really familiar. This is basically your command center. You've got your media pool with all your clips over here, your viewers to see what you're doing, and of course, the timeline. That's where all the magic happens, where you arrange everything to build your story.
And this is where you've got all your essential storytelling tools right at your fingertips. You can use the blade tool to make your big cuts, and then you can get in there and fine-tune the timing down to a single frame just to make a moment land perfectly. Building your sequence is really as simple as dragging and dropping, and of course you can add titles and transitions to give it all a professional polish. So, once your edit is feeling solid, it's time to add a little bit of that movie magic. And for that, we're going to head over to the Fusion page, which is Resolve's built-in monster for visual effects and motion graphics. Okay, now Fusion works a little differently than the layer-based programs you might be used to. It uses what's called a node-based workflow. The best way to think of it is like a flowchart. Each little box, each node, is a single step. It could be an image, a blur effect, a color change, and you connect them with these little pipes to build up your final effect. It seems weird at first, but it is so powerful and flexible once it clicks.
And really, the most fundamental building block in all of Fusion is the merge node. It's super simple. It just takes a background and a foreground, and it stacks them on top of each other. Pretty much every visual effect you're ever going to build starts with this one basic idea. So, making a basic composite is just a few simple steps. You start with your background clip. You add your foreground element, like a title or maybe some green screen footage. You connect both of those into a merge node, and then you pipe that final result into something called the media out node. And that media out, that's the gateway that sends your finished effect right back to your main timeline so you can see it in your edit.
And now, we arrive at the page that started it all, the feature that DaVinci Resolve is absolutely legendary for, the color page. This is where you go to completely transform the look and the feel of your entire project. So it's really important to understand that there are two sides to color. First up is color correction. That's the technical stuff. You're fixing problems like white balance or exposure just to get a clean, neutral, normal-looking image. And then comes color grading. This is the art. This is where you create a style, a look to evoke a specific mood. You know, the cold blues for a sci-fi movie, or the warm golden tones for a romance.
And wow, this slide right here shows you everything. Professional cameras often shoot in what's called a log format, which looks super flat and washed out, like that image on the left. But that flat look is deceiving. It's packed with hidden information. The color page is where you unlock all of that detail to create a rich, dynamic, cinematic final image, like the one you see on the right. What a difference!
But here's the thing. Color isn't just about what looks good to your eye. The pros rely on tools called video scopes. Think of these as giving you an objective, data-driven breakdown of all the color and brightness in your shot. They let you make incredibly precise, technically perfect adjustments. And the toolkit you have to play with is, well, it's immense. You've got your primary wheels for big overall adjustments. You can use power windows to draw a shape and just change one part of the image, like brightening someone's face. And you even have trackers to make that window follow their face as they move. There's even an AI-powered magic mask that can select a whole person with just one swipe. It's basically magic.
Okay, our picture is looking amazing. But a great film is just as much about what you hear as what you see. So for that, we turn to the Fairlight page, Resolve's completely integrated audio post-production suite.
And let's be clear, this is not just some basic audio editor they tacked on. Fairlight is a full-blown digital audio workstation, a DAW. It's a professional environment built for everything from cleaning up dialogue to designing complex, cinematic soundscapes and doing the final mix, all without ever leaving Resolve. So, inside Fairlight, you can edit your audio with sample-level accuracy, you can mix and automate all your volume levels, pan your sound around in stereo or even surround sound, and apply professional effects like EQ and compression to really make it all shine. You can even record a voiceover, just like this one, directly onto a track in your timeline. It's a complete audio finishing tool. All right, your story is cut, the effects are dazzling, the color is perfect, and the sound is totally immersive. There's only one thing left to do: deliver it. And for that, we head to the final page in our journey. The Deliver page makes exporting your finished project super simple. It's got a ton of presets already built in for common places like YouTube or Vimeo. You can also create super high-quality master files for your archives. Or, if you're really aiming high, you can even export a real digital cinema package, a DCP, which is the actual format they use to project movies in a real movie theater. So there you have it. From the very first cut to that final export, DaVinci Resolve literally puts an entire Hollywood post-production studio into one single accessible program. With all of this incredible power right at your fingertips, the only real question left is, what story will you tell?